All right, for those of you that are out there and go, the economy's not bad, everything's doing fine. Me and my girlfriend just went on vacation. All right, I got another one for you. It's a Zero Hedge article. The new Hoovervilles, RVs and makeshift tribes on the rise as inflation bites. Remember 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I started telling you that inflation slash hyperinflation, chicken at $800, $900 is going to come in. Take a little listen here. From 2020 to 2023, the median purchase price of homes in the United States rose from 320,000 to 420,000. That's a 33% increase in only 3 years. In 2011, the average price of a home was around 200,000, meaning prices have doubled in a single decade. The average apartment rental price in the United States is now $1,300 per month. That's not what I was looking at in New York. Compared to 1,000 in 2020. Home rentals have risen over 2,000 a month on average. The spike in the market is a reflection of inflation across the board, as well as increased demand due to more Americans being priced out of home ownership. Remember that video I just put right now about the mortgage rates? People are now going into rentals. Another interesting development during the lockdown years was a considering rush to buy RVs, vans, and tiny homes. This may have been a symptom of the authoritarian lockdowns that became a standard in blue states, leading people to relocate. However, there's also an economic factor. The average tiny home runs 30 to 60,000, with a used RV available for even less. RV space rentals can be found as little as $500 per month for those willing to sacrifice living spaces to have more savings and a freer life. Inflation crisis is pushing low income and fixed income Americans into tighter living conditions. I can go on and on and on. Look, the collapse has begun. You see it in your food prices, you see it in your fuel prices. The cost to borrow money is higher now. The value of money is worthless. This could have all been prevented. All America had to do was turn on the oil pipelines, produce oil, become energy independent, and you would have seen interest rates drop. But that's not the case. Now we're going to wind up having, with the war in the Middle East, we're going to wind up having $200 to $300 barrel oil. What's coming now, I think people don't understand. It's already happening. Just because maybe it hasn't happened to you, God forbid it does. It's already happening. That's why you have to understand, like, right now, Wall Street, come on, there's nothing going on. It's the Titanic looking for an iceberg. Get yourself into the coins that you need to get into, the ones that are going to have the bull run. Why do I call it the bull run? That's what everybody calls it. Really what it is going to be a flight of capital out of Wall Street, out of banks, running into crypto. Somebody said earlier today, what if the grid goes down? What happens? Well, the blockchain can run on radio signals. So radio frequency, it can be done. That's how they do point of sales. So even if grid go down, blockchain is still there. I'm trying to tell people the collapse has begun. As this sleepy motherfucker is overseas promising billions to anybody that has a heartbeat, I'm telling you, the flight of capital is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And then people that are not paying attention, they're going to be left without nothing. So my advice, start preparing. As far as the crypto, like I said, a couple of bucks worth of crypto, if it bumps up, it might be equivalent to 1 to 2 years of your salary. How about that one? $500 that you place and buy yourself X amount of coins. Let's say it bumps up X price, whatever. You might have money. Let me tell you something. That nobody's talking about that. But they're Americans all over the place that don't. Their home is the next parking lot, and they're educated people. We're talking about. Listen, I'll give you one because I read the article on it. Okay. In the Great Depression, the proliferation of Hooverville shanty towns and charity soup lines became an iconic symbol of the scale of the financial calamity. These kinds of signals of the collapse are prevalent or obvious in that era. Soup lines have been replaced by EBT benefits. Think about that one. From soup lines to EBT benefits. And food banks, while Hooverville, are being replaced by squatter towns made up of RV villages on the outskirts of highways and Walmart parking lots. If that doesn't tell you to fucking sacrifice a couple of little things in order to get positioned, nothing will. Johnny Hugs.